it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about how to glow from the inside out. And today we're talking my top favorite cleansers. Now this video is going to finish out my marathon of my top 5 series for 2025. It's been a long time since I've updated you on some of my long time top favorite skincare products. So definitely check out the playlist in the pinned comment if you want to see the whole series of videos. But I was putting together this video for cleansers and I was like, I don't have a ton of favorite cleansers, quite honestly, because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Cleansers are really boring for me personally. I don't really love reviewing them and I don't like changing them out too much, quite honestly. Not that they're not an important foundational step in your skincare routine, like they're incredibly important and you should get the right one for your skin. But once you've done that, they're not very exciting to explore. So I was like, this list is kind of boring. But quite honestly, I think it's important for me to share the boring list as well as the exciting list too, because it just shows you the products that I go back to time and time again, and the ones that I have the most experience with and the ones I trust the most. So if you're ready for this intimate roundup of cleansers, and by the way, I have included some first cleansers as well for you, give the video a big thumbs up and let's jump in. So let's talk about first cleansers first, right? Now, these are the products that you use to remove stubborn makeup, sunscreen, waterproof products, right? Just to give yourself a really good deep down cleanse before moving in with a second cleanser, which would be more of your traditional like foaming type cleansers, which I will also talk about. First up, Beauty of Joseon Radiance Cleansing Balm. Famously, the product that made me like cleansing balms and really converted me, because quite honestly, before this product, I really didn't like cleansing balms. I kind of hated them. And I was pretty open about sharing that on my channel back in the day. I think this product, I started using it in 2021. But prior to that, people would be like, oh, what are your cleansing balm recommendations? I was like, I literally hate this product. I don't have any recommendations. Like, these suck. And it's not that they're terrible products at all. I just personally didn't feel like I had ever experienced a cleansing balm that didn't feel waxy and left like a film on my skin after I rinsed them off. Like, to be clear, they break down makeup and sunscreen really nicely. I just felt like I could never, I need multiple products. Like I just never felt clean after washing them off of my face. Yes, a foaming cleanser afterwards took care of it, but I just didn't like that filmy feeling, especially as somebody who has historically struggled with congested skin and a lot of clogged pores, especially at that point in time. Anything that feels filmy or like it's hanging around in a residue on your skin kind of spells disaster for congestion, right? So it's just more of like a textural sensation that I really didn't enjoy about cleansing balms. So yeah, like just the sensation of the texture, the waxiness and the filminess, and then the fact that most products had fragrance. It was just a category of product that I just completely ignored. And then this product was reformulated, as I mentioned, 2021, and it didn't have any fragrance in it anymore. And I was really intrigued by that because that actually does, at that point in time, made it kind of a rare product on the market. And so I tried it out, and not only was I happy about the non-scent, right? I was so pleased with the texture of this cleansing balm. It is so melty and luxurious. It does not feel like a waxy cleansing balm because it just, it does it so beautifully. It just melts under the heat of your fingertips and of your skin, and it melts down actually closer to like an oil cleanser type of texture. And so it just glides across the skin. It breaks down makeup like a champ. Like, this is such an effortless cleansing balm. It really just grabs all that makeup, all that sunscreen, all the waterproof mascara, all the icky stuff, right? And just clings to it. And then you emulsify it with a little bit of water and it just washes away cleanly. No waxiness, no filminess. Your skin feels clean. It looks clean. You don't have any residue on your skin. It just works so beautifully, and it sidesteps all those textural issues that were really driving me up the wall about other products. Now let's talk oil cleansers, because in the first cleanser category, this is my favorite type of product. I have a soft spot in my heart for cleansing oil on the whole, and I have a lot of recommendations throughout the years here on my channel. I stand by all of them, but just I had a very simple spirit when I was putting this video together. And I really just wanted to focus on the ones that have really been lighting me up recently. And so I wanted to talk about the Mizon Deep Cleansing Oil Nourishing version, because you know I went like wild for this one when I discovered it in 2024. So this is not only a very affordable cleansing oil, but this is also a fragrance-free cleansing oil, a sensitive skin-friendly cleansing oil, and this is a thin cleansing oil. And I love thin, fluidy, lightweight cleansing oils. There's just something about the texture, the experience. You can see what lights me up in skincare, right? That fluidy oil feel that just glides across the skin, and it really just spreads so beautifully, and it works its way into your skin. And if you do get congestion, if you do get the grits or the clogged pores, the hardened sebum plugs in your pores, when you use an oil that has this type of texture and it's not too thick, I find that those are a little bit more effective at like pulling out those plugs. So it can be actually really satisfying. Now you have to have this type of skin, right, or skin condition in order to get that sensation. Not everybody's going to get that sensation of the sebum plugs coming out of your skin. So beware, if you're not experiencing that, it's probably just because you don't have that buildup in your skin, and that's a good thing. But if you do, it can actually, I feel the texture just pulls them out a little bit more effectively, at least in my experience. But I just enjoy that thin texture, and I think it comes back to that psychological feeling too of something that washes away cleanly when you rinse it off of your skin, and this washes away cleanly. It's so effective, so pleasurable to use. I just don't love thicker cleansing oils. I use them, you know what I'm saying? But they just don't really light me up the way that this texture does. So now let's get into the nitty gritty of those traditional cleansers, right? Or if you're using a double cleansing process, the second cleanser. So I do want to start off with the two cleansers that you've been seeing me use the most over the last probably 2 years now at this point, and that is the Roche-Posay Gentle Foaming Oil Cleanser, as well as the Roche-Posay Lipikar AP Plus Wash. You've seen these in like all of my skincare routines lately, and that is for a reason. I mean, these are not only products that are incredibly gentle for my sensitive skin, they don't strip my skin of any essential moisture whatsoever. They feel so comfortable, but they do clean my skin very effectively. I also really enjoy the value of these products. While they are a little bit more expensive, they come in these really big sizes. So I love carrying these into the shower with me so I can, wash my face in the shower, but also they're great as very gentle body washes too, especially if you need something that is very sensitive skin safe. These have you covered. So let's talk about the Gentle Foaming Oil Cleanser from La Roche-Posay first. What you need to know about this product, because you might be confused. You might be like, Kelly, wait a second, oil cleanser. Didn't you just tell us about an oil cleanser? And we're not talking about those anymore? Yeah, no. Okay. Confusing name. First and foremost, it's not an oil cleanser because as you look in the ingredients, there is no oil content. Plot twist, right? I hate the name of this product. It's so confusing. I've seen this as a trend in French pharmacy products. I mean, CeraVe, I think, has also kind of like latched onto this idea of using the word oil to not tell you that there's oil in the product, but to tell you that this is a gentle, potentially non-stripping, moisturizing type of cleanser, which I don't even know that I would call this moisturizing, but I would definitely agree that it is non-stripping. So here's my description of this texture. It's a gentle foaming cleanser. I don't know why we need the word oil in here. It's a gentle foaming cleanser that does not strip any moisture from your skin. I really like the feeling of something that is gentle like this, that is foaming up, not stripping my skin, but it is effectively breaking through any thick buildup of skincare on my skin, or in the warmer months when I get a little bit more oily in my T-zone and things, that kind of oil sludge that you get when your skin overproduces oil and you're like, I really need a product to kind of like break through that filmy thickness of oil buildup on so gross, like thick sebum on my skin. This is able to do that without stripping away the essential, like I said, the essential moisture within your skin, without testing your skin barrier and making your skin feel like raw and tight after you wash a cleanser off of your face. And then I also like the AP Plus Wash from the Lipikar line from La Roche-Posay. Now this one you can see just by the looks, it's different, right? It's more of like a milk type of cleanser. And it is kind of this beautiful blend between moisturizing ingredients like shea butter, but then it has more of that like gel-like texture to it too. It's not a full-on like milky creamy texture. It's like it's a combo, right? It's a hybrid type of cleanser. So you get that milkiness, and it does offer a kiss of moisture to the skin. It's weird that their oil cleanser isn't really that like adding a lot of moisture, but then this AP plus Lipikar one is actually offering moisture and additional moisture to the skin. And so this just feels really nice, and it's very much in between that true gel foaming texture and like a true cream milk type of cleanser. It's in between. So it gives you that moisturizing, real gentle factor with a really nice like low foaming action, but just enough foaming action to feel psychologically clean. You know what I'm saying? So I actually like this one in the winter time too, when I still want something that kind of foams up on my skin, but something that's not going to test my skin when it starts to get really dry in the very cold temperatures. But I do have some favorites from K-Beauty as well. The Beauty of Joseon Green Plum Refreshing Cleanser. What really stands out to me about this cleanser, besides the fact that it doesn't strip my skin, look, you know I'm always all about the sensitive skincare, right? So nothing that I'm talking about in today's video has like a drying factor to it in my personal experience. This is very skin respectful. It doesn't strip the skin. It is a low pH cleanser, so it helps to not like test your skin barrier too much, right? But what really stands out to me about this cleanser is the texture. It's all about the textures with cleansers. It's not just like a straightforward gel texture. It's almost more of a jelly like texture. It has a little bit of a bounce to it. It's just a little bit different, you know, it just has a little different flavor to it that feels, as the name suggests, refreshing on the skin. You know, this does foam up quite nicely, not like it like high foam, and oftentimes high foam is a sign of a cleanser with a pH that's actually a little bit higher than is probably good for your skin barrier. So the foam on this, it's still it foams nicely, but it maintains that jelly like refreshing kind of cool feel on the skin as you're using it. But you know, don't think that because it's slightly lower foam that it's not cleansing your skin. It cleanses the skin very effectively. This is actually one of my favorite recommendations for oily skin, because you know that I'm not going to be recommending high pH cleansers to anybody. Even if your skin is oily, it's just not good for your skin barrier. So this is a really nice light one with a fun type of texture. Now let's flip the script a little bit and talk about something that doesn't foam up at all, that actually contains oil content and gives us a milky, silky, creamy texture. That's going to be the Isntree Yam Root Vegan Milk Cleanser for me. OMG. Look at this beauty, this milky, creamy, silky, luxurious, rich, nourishing, comforting texture. This is truly the most luxurious milk cleanser I think I've ever tried. This feels amazing on the skin. Oh my gosh, what an experience. It just spreads so beautifully. I mean, a true milk cleanser just spreads so beautifully on the skin. It offers that moisturization and that nourishment. It's actually quite soothing if you have that dry irritation on your skin, because yes, the moisture feels very comforting, but the fact that they do not foam up on the skin and they don't contain those harsh surfactants is really critical when your skin is very sensitive or irritated and inflamed, because those types of ingredients, while great on healthy and strong skin and can really give you a nice cleansing experience, they can actually really irritate your skin when it's already weak and damaged, right? Those surfactants can kind of do a number on your skin. So that's why sometimes when your skin is in that state, you don't even want to wash your face, because it can be such a harsh process. And so actually, you know, using products like this that don't foam up on the skin can be a really smart move. Plus the moisture that they bring can bring a lot of soothing to the skin. They can help to reduce the inflammation and the redness on the skin as well. It's not just about treating dryness necessarily, although this cleanser is amazing when your skin is feeling. This is amazing as like a really gentle face wash, but I also sometimes will mix this. You've seen me do this throughout the years. I mix this into some clay masks, because I love a good clay mask for my combo skin. Like I said, oily T-zone, right? And that does result in some gunk in the pores here. And traditional clay masks tend to be a little bit too drying for my face. So I love to mix my clay mask with a pump of this, and it actually creates a whole new kind of mask where you get the moisturizing kind of fluffiness to the clay with all of those nourishing ingredients here in the formula, plus the effects of clay. The clay still works, right? It actually just softens the drying effects of the clay, because now the clay actually is more hydrated and more moisturized, and it doesn't dry out on your skin as quickly. So it's still pulling the gunk to the surface to help clean and clarify your skin, but it's not drying down on your skin and sucking all of the essential moisture out of your skin either. So I had been doing that for a really long time with amazing results for my skin, getting much cleaner, smoother pores, tighter looking pores, but also nourished skin too, because everything in this cream is actually quite nourishing for the skin overall. And I want to mention the Heimish All Clean Green Foam. This is a long time recommendation from me. I think I've been recommending this since the beginning of my channel, quite honestly. And it is one that I don't personally use a lot these days, but it is actually still one that I recommend a lot, particularly for folks who are on a budget, because this is one of the most affordable cleansers in K-beauty. Now, back when I first started recommending it, it was like $7 or $8. I think it's gone up to about $12 now. And of course, every site that you go to is going to be different, right? You could probably get it for less. Maybe some places sell it for more, but generally it is a very affordable, kind of basic type of cleanser. And that's okay, because as I admitted at the top of this video, cleansers are kind of boring. They are kind of basic. They're foundational. It's important to get it right. But once you do, they don't really rock your world necessarily. And that's okay. I don't need a cleanser to rock my world. I need it to work. And that's another reason why a value that I hold in my skincare routine, especially when it comes to budgeting, right? It's about making sure that I'm not spending so much of my budget on the cleanser, because it's already pretty boring as it is, right? So this just really fits into my philosophy overall. This is a low pH cleanser. Everything I'm talking about today is, if I didn't mention that, I don't think I did, everything is low pH, which is, like I said, really important for respecting your skin barrier, not stripping your skin and leaving it tight and dry after rinsing your cleanser off. But it's a really interesting texture, because it's almost like I call it like a balm foaming gel cleanser. It's got a little bit of a thicker type of texture, but it foams up. This is probably the most foaming of the cleansers in today's video. It foams up really, really nicely, effectively cleans the skin, and it doesn't make my skin feel dry or tight. Now, I will put one caveat out there about that statement. It can feel a little bit drying if your skin is more dry. It can feel a little bit stripping if your skin is very, very sensitive or in a weak or damaged state. So if that's the case for you, I would recommend some of the ones that I've talked about that are a little bit more nourishing, that are a little bit more lower foam than this particular one. So I want to be very clear about that. I think oily folks for sure are going to enjoy this. That's where I really started to get into this, when my skin was producing more oil. I was really into this cleanser at that point in time. I think combo skin will enjoy it. Balanced skin types, especially if your skin barrier is nice and strong and your skin's not irritated, you're going to enjoy this. And just like I said, overall, it's probably my favorite budget recommendation, quite honestly. You don't want to spend an arm and a leg on a cleanser. We don't need fancy active ingredients in a product that we wash down the drain, that spends so little time on our face. You don't need to do that. Don't feel forced to do that. Just get a cleanser that feels good and really build your right? It's the foundation, right? Cleansing is the foundation. Build your skincare routine from there with all the good, lovely active ingredients. Spend your money there, but don't spend your money on the cleanser. Just find one that works and move on. So let me know about your inner circle of cleansers in the comments below. If you love this video, it was helpful, and you haven't hit subscribe yet, don't go. Please hit subscribe before you leave, especially if you love skincare content just like this. Turn on notifications so you're never out of the loop. I'm very active here on YouTube every single week. I love you so much. Thanks for making this a really great series of top 5 and favorite cleansers for 2025. I don't think I missed any category of products, but if I did and you want to see the video, let me know in the comments. I love you so much. Please keep shining your light, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.